Hello, welcome back to another episode of Andy Drinks Beer, the show where Andy drinks beer. Today we have Sprecher Shakparo Ale, which is a gluten-free beer. It is made with West African sorghum and millet. So it's gonna be interesting. Continue on with our gluten-free series, and here's the whole thing about the gluten-free beers. Like we talked about before, you don't have to be doing the trendy gluten-free diet or truly celiac to enjoy a gluten-free beer. And frankly, they've been really stepping up their game, because you think 5-7 years ago, the gluten-free beers just tasted like ass. I mean, there was no real craftsmanship. They were just trying to suck out all of that gluten. But now, since there's a market demand for it, beer companies are really stepping it up, and it's driving up quality, lowering price, because remember, a gluten-free beer back in the day was cost like $7 a piece. Yeah. All right, so let's hop into this one. And Shakparo is a fire-brewed African-style ale. This is from their website. Shakparo ale is a West African brewed from sorghum and millet, an unfiltered, light, crisp ale with a cider or fruit profile and various dinous, not a word, aftertaste. It is best characterized as an easy drinking or session beer, perfect for summer gatherings. And tail end of summer, it's right up our alley. So first blush right away, you got a nice golden brown color. Oh, you definitely pick up a lot of citrus. This almost smells like a shandy. And you know this is real as my neighbor starts mowing the lawn. So right away, man, this almost smells like a red wine. I mean, it really does. But let's take a little sippy. All right, so right away, it's super easy drinking. You do pick up some of those notes of the fruit profile, and it does taste a little red winey. I mean, the taste on the back end, it's a little interesting, yeah. And you know, the sorghum and millet, I've never really had a beer that's been brewed from that before, but it's you got my attention now. And going through our 5 criteria, is this crushable or a sipper? Even though it's light, I think it's unique enough and also just slightly sweet that probably I'll go for the sipper end of this. Like, this would be a nice, breaking up the monotony type beer. And again, yeah, I really like that finish. It's you get the fruit, you get the citrus, and it really is. I can't get away from that. It really is just, it finishes like a Pinot Noir, like a nice little red wine. And this would be great, a great beer just to have like when you're out or even before the game. I mean, just an easy drinking if you're done drinking on the Mick Goldens or the Coors Lights, and just throw one of these in there. Oh yeah. What food to pair well with this? I'm not too familiar with African cuisine. But I do know that they have a lot of flatbreads, they have a lot of roasted and barbecued meats, and they have a lot of spicy stews, as it were. So I think all of those would pair extremely well with this, or just straight up, beer can chick. Oh. All right, so if you can't find a can of this, figure out a way to jerry-rig it where you can shove this up a chicken's ass and roast it. Like the notes of this, and the fruit and like just the depth, I think it would just really seep through that chicken, especially into that skin. You have a really interesting flavor. Interesting in a good way. Yeah, kind of like me. All right. Compared to a movie or TV show, well, I mean, we got to go Coming to America, because the West African Shakparo style beer coming over to America. I love that movie. If you haven't seen that movie, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones at the height of their powers, it's great. McDowell's, young Louis Anderson, Minnesota One of Us, he's in there too. Oh, Samuel L. Jackson in one of his first roles. Yeah. Oh, Eric LaSalle, Just Let Your Soul Glow. Damn it, now I have to watch Coming to America. Anyways, what does this remind me of? Well, there really is only one thing that reminds me of. They could not get me away from you. Getting right. At our rating scale, scale of 1 to 10, Ruben stuttered. 10 being the best, 1 being Ruben stuttered. How does Sprecher Shakparo Ale, the gluten-free, stack up? Oh, 5.7% ABV, 9 on the IBU scale. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give it an 8. Like, it's complex and interesting enough where it's got my attention. As I was drinking the beer, it kind of lost me. Like, initially, the shtick of it being almost like a red wine was good. Like, you know, I'll gladly have another one, but you know, not really going to be my first choice rushing out there. So that's Sprecher Shakparo Ale. Don't finish this up. Mash that subscribe button on YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. All at Andy Carlson Show. Skull. I felt the rains down in Africa.